Hello, our internet fans. We're here with another mashup, the highly anticipated Renegade of Rants, subtitle Avengers review. You guys did ask about it. We're sorry it took so long.
We was po.
Yeah.
We actually did try to go on opening night to see it, but the soonest show we could see was at like 11:30 at night.
Yeah. We didn't want to wait that long. We were hungry. We were
tired.
So we got a meal out of the deal at least with family.
Yeah.
But
that's always good.
We had our brother's godson with us, and he couldn't stay out that late.
Yes.
So, but we finally saw the movie, and we're going to talk about it right now. You got your all-star cast: Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Sam Jackson, Chris Evans.
The guy that played Thor.
He's a Chris as well.
He doesn't count though.
Helmsworth?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Helmsley.
Something like that. You got Scarlett Johansson, the guy that played Hawkeye. I can't remember his name.
From MASH?
No.
Oh, okay, wrong.
And Gwyneth Paltrow with a cameo.
Yes. The lovely Pepper Potts.
Yes. Who made a nice blouse and shorts look sexy. Very good. And of course the agent from S.H.I.E.L.D. who's made an appearance in every one of those movies. He's in it too. And
you already talked about him, Sam Jackson.
Oh yeah. And of course the villain Loki, who's in, I can't remember his name either.
Matt Damon?
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Damon was in
or are we talking about the little short dude that used to work for TNA and WWE with a very white voice?
Yeah, yeah. He actually got mentioned on Are You Serious? Yeah.
Alright.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, The Avengers was everything that everybody expected it to be, and then some, I think.
Oh, yes.
You know, you had all the other movies set up the story, you know, with the Hulk, the Ed Norton one.
Right.
You had the two Iron Man movies, you had Captain America, you had Thor, all setting up little pieces of the puzzle so that when the Avengers finally assembled, as it were,
Avengers Assemble, yeah.
you didn't have to spend, you know, the whole movie telling backstories.
Yeah, because then you would have been that's an all-day thing.
Seriously. And they did do that, actually. Some theaters sold tickets for basically the build-up, and you could go and see the Marvel Marathon.
That should have been something we could have done. That would have been fun.
And then the final piece of the marathon was midnight, The Avengers.
How did we miss that?
Because we po.
Oh yeah. It sucks being po. But it would have been fun.
It would. It would have been really good if we could actually, you know, sit there the entire time for all the movies.
No. Yeah. So, out of the cast of characters, who do you like the best?
I've always been partial to Iron Man. You know, Captain America is a great character.
No.
And I've always said, you know, just to tie this to wrestling so people don't bitch.
Yeah.
You're going to get someone to play Captain America, it could be Kurt Angle, hands down.
Oh, yeah.
Real easy.
No.
But, you know, Thor,
Thor is...
Never been huge on Thor, except for his brief cameo in Adventures in Babysitting. The Hulk,
Really?
I liked the Hulk better when the movie was called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Wow. See, my problem with Thor, I mean, yeah, he's a demigod. Yeah, he's royalty. He just wasn't human enough.
Yeah.
He wasn't. I mean, okay, there was that one part, you know, they're all in the seat. They're all talking about what Loki had done in Germany. It's like, you know, and Thor is defending Loki. He's like, you know, don't talk about my brother like that. He's royalty. And then the line, you know, he killed 80 people. He's adopted. That was Thor's funniest moment.
Yeah.
Unless you count the part where Hulk punched him out of the shot, which is my favorite part. But it's like Thor is supposed to be this. He is a muscle-bound badass. He can swing a hammer like nobody else can. Give him a little bit.
Except for maybe Triple H.
Boy, oh yes. A big old hammer versus a sledgehammer. I want a sledgehammer because nobody can pick up that big hammer but Thor. But I want to.
Hashtag triple approved.
Really?
And not to jinx it, but she hasn't sneezed yet, by the way.
Ah, good point. Let's keep it like that. Make him more human. I mean, even the Hulk, when he was the Hulk, had a bit of humanism in him.
Humanism?
Yeah, humanism. It's a new word.
How about humanity?
Okay, fine, humanity. I mean, when he...
This is the educated one, by the way.
Yeah, really. I mean, they made the Hulk bleed.
Yeah.
Hulk's not supposed to do that.
Yeah. Going back to your original statement, I think the reason why I've always gravitated towards Iron Man is because he's Marvel's version of Batman, and Batman is my favorite hero. At the end of the day, neither one of them truly have superpowers. They're billionaires with enough money to buy the technology to make them super.
I agree with
They
that.
are the most realistic in the realm of unrealistic superheroes.
Very true. Very true.
You know, am I gonna come from a foreign planet and be able to fly and leap tall buildings in a single bound and, you know, run faster than a locomotive? Fuck no. Am I gonna get zapped by a gamma ray and turn huge and green and wear purple shorts every time I lose my temper? Fuck no. Can I end up one day making a buttload of money to where I can start my own corporation and invest in technology? Yeah, that could happen. It won't, but it could. It's realistic.
I was waiting for you to do Captain America on that too. Could you be a scrawny person?
Captain America and Iron Man had the best exchange to me. And they've even freaking made those internet memes out there about it. You know, you take away your suit and your armor and what are you? I'm Sherlock Holmes, bitch.
I like that. Let's put Steve Rogers up against Tony Stark and see what happens. Not Iron Man versus Captain America. Let's just put those two together.
If you put the two of them as their alter egos up against each other, I would have to pick Steve Rogers in a fight hands down, because he's a soldier.
Army background, yes.
You know? Granted, Tony Stark knows how to fight, but Steve Rogers was trained to kill.
He wasn't a Marine, though. Marines kill more than armies do. I would say he would
No.
No?
That is my personal opinion, though.
Okay, I'll give you that. Could the movie have survived without Hawkeye and Black Widow?
Yes, very much so. Because nobody gave a shit about them. Scarlett Johansson in tight leather, great day.
Yes.
Hawkeye? Who?
I think
I was waiting for Radar to make a cameo.
I think I can compare him to Green Arrow. But like I said, he's another character. I mean, don't get me wrong. His scenes, I mean, in the big battle, I mean, he's firing arrows left and right, and he actually does a no-look shot. I gave him that. That was cool.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, who is he?
He's a nothing, a nobody, a peon.
And you know, okay, Black Widow can hold her own. She can fight. She's technical.
And she already had her backstory, so I could kind of justify her being there because she was in the second Iron Man. But Hawkeye was nowhere to be found.
Right.
Until this movie. And we're supposed to give a shit about him.
And Nick Fury, I mean, yeah, he's badass, but there was also a side of him where he was actually a real person, and that's when he's talking about losing his eye and all that. And then there was a scene when Nick Fury is talking to his superiors. He goes, "I don't like your dumbass decision." That was Sam Jackson. That was not Nick Fury.
That was total bad motherfucker.
Oh, yes.
You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sam Jackson is one of the hardest working men in Hollywood. He never stops.
No, it was rumored I actually remember seeing this in a movie theater once.
Okay.
You know how they do their pre-show entertainment?
Yes.
Sam Jackson has made a movie every 90 days since Pulp Fiction.
He is one of the richest men in the world.
That's why he gets the title of bad motherfucker.
Absolutely. He will never.
Now, let me ask you this.
Go for it.
Do you think with, Dark Knight Rises coming out, Superman reboot
Right.
around the corner, do you think that now that the Avengers has been hugely successful, we're going to see a Justice League movie?
It would be a great competition, so I will say yes. I would like to see Justice League get created. Okay, Batman, Superman, we got that. Who else?
Well, Superman, I don't remember the guy that's going to be playing him in the reboot. It's not going to be the Brandon Routh dude that did it in Superman Returns.
So we have a new guy.
Yeah. Complete starting from scratch.
Would-
But you've got Christian Bale for Batman.
Okay.
He's actually even gone on record and saying, if they do a Justice League movie now, I'm down. So you've got Christian Bale, you've got whoever's cast as the new Superman. You've already done Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
So all you need is The Flash and Wonder Woman.
So how long will that take?
In reality, if they make movies with backstories, they could probably crank Avengers out within 3 years. If they start filming now, you could have a Flash movie ready to go by next summer.
Okay.
So that's summer of 2013. You have a Wonder Woman movie ready to go summer of 2014, and the Justice League 2015.
And then probably by then Avengers 2 will come out.
Yeah, I believe Avengers 2 is already scheduled for 2014.
Great competition. Come on, Hollywood, what are you doing? There's already going to be an Iron Man 3. There's also going to be a Thor 2. There's going to be a Captain America 2 as well.
Yeah.
So the whole Marvel universe is expanding bigger and bigger and bigger.
Now, for Avengers 2, do you think they should stick with the same guys, or do we think they should bring in Spider-Man, since they're doing the Spider-Man reboot with the new guy? Spider-Man was a member of the Avengers at one point. Should they bring in Hugh Jackman for a Wolverine cameo at one point? Because I think Wolverine was on an Avengers team at one point.
I think he was. That would be smart.
There's all these different ways they could do it, especially if some of these guys don't want to come back. You replace Tony Stark if Robert Downey Jr. doesn't want to do another movie with the sarcastic wit of Wolverine.
Right. It could work.
What do y'all think? Talk
Let
to us. Leave comments in the comment box. That's what you're notorious for asking for.
Oh yeah, I love those comments, good or bad. In the meantime, we'll see you at the movies. Coming up next in the summer blockbuster era, I believe will be...
I think it's going to be Dark Knight Rises, unless there's something before that.
Dark Knight Rises and also Expendables 2 in August.
Okay.
Gotta check that out.
Definitely. We will be back here to review those.
We got Chuck Norris and Van Damme.
Rob?
No, Jean-Claude.
Okay.
Alright?
Is Jonathan Brandis? Wait, no.
No, he's not in that one either. So, we'll see you at the movies. I am the Stat Boy Mike Caldwell.
I am the Renegade J.J. Williams, and we are out.